Every second ad that you watch on your TV or your social media feed is about protein supplements. But why? Is it about your health? Well, the answer is no, because it is a billion-dollar industry. By the title of this video, you must have understood what we're going to talk about today, and yes, it is time to debunk those myths around protein. Oh, but are you a vegetarian or a vegan? You must get all your protein from an animal source. Sounds familiar? Isn't it something that you're constantly told by your protein-obsessed fitness trainer? Well, it's actually not true. Meat, poultry, seafood, eggs, dairy, the list is long. You're constantly told to eat eggs for breakfast every day, otherwise you'll not gain a muscle or you'll end up having a protein deficiency. It is time to get your facts right and expose those myths around the biggest propaganda. So to begin with, what is protein and why do we need it? Protein is an essential micronutrient present in every living cell in our body. Your skin, hair, nails, bones, everything depend on protein, and it's required for the growth, maintenance and repair in our body. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. So there are 20 amino acids, out of which 11 can be made by our bodies even if we don't get them from the foods that we eat. The remaining 9, which are indispensable or called essential amino acids, such as leucine, lysine, isoleucine, histidine, valine, tryptophan, to name a few, has to be obtained from the foods that we eat. Why? Because our bodies can't make them. Humans cannot make these essential amino acids, animals cannot make them either. Then how do these essential amino acids end up in your meat and poultry? Obviously by what these animals eat before they are used for human consumption. Protein is the main source of nitrogen in our body. The sources of protein are usually described based upon the amino acid content, human amino acid requirements, the quality and the amount of protein and its digestibility. Usually when you think of protein, you usually think of eggs, meat, tofu, but beans, legumes, peas, lentils, nuts, whole grains, even vegetables, they all contain these essential amino acids. So all plants contain these essential amino acids. The only food source which does not contain one of the essential amino acids is gelatin, which is missing out on tryptophan. You don't have to trust me with this information. You can look it up in the government authorized food database of your own country and look for the essential amino acid profile. Now there has been a lot of debate around the quality of the plant-based protein. They're usually considered as incomplete and you need to combine them in one meal together, as the essential amino acids present in them are not in proportion or in lower quantities for human requirements. But this is actually not true. These myths have been refuted many years ago, but some people still believe the old studies. There have been many studies which suggest that the amino acid profile of these plant-based protein is sufficient for human requirements as long as you're meeting your caloric requirement for the day and having a variety of foods all throughout the day. You don't necessarily have to combine these proteins to make it a complete protein, because your body maintains pools of these free amino acids and it uses it as and when required to make a complete protein. I'll give you an example. So lysine is present in lower proportions in grains and methionine is present in lower proportions in legumes. So you should only be worried if you're only eating rice or only eating legumes for the entire day for nourishment. If you're having a variety of foods, you're meeting your caloric requirement, you don't have to worry about it. Because when it comes to protein, it's quality over quantity that matters. What is the point of having 60 to 70 grams of protein a day if your body is not able to absorb it? So protein assimilation is equally important. Your body can absorb 20 to 25 grams of high quality protein in one particular meal, and the protein that you get from the food, it just doesn't go to your muscles directly. Your body has to break it down into amino acids first. So excess protein is equally harmful. See, if you're having an active lifestyle, your body uses that excess protein for energy. But if you're having a sedentary lifestyle, you don't work out, you keep sitting the whole day, your body no longer needs that excess protein to be saved for energy, and it will store it as fat. Now let's do some facts check. Let's see how easy it is to meet your daily requirements of protein. See, if you're an adult, as per safe recommendations, you will need around 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight. So if you weigh around 70 kilograms, you'll need around 56 grams of protein per day. Say for breakfast, you'll have a cup of cooked oats, you get around 7 grams of protein. You have 2 slices of whole wheat toast, you'll get around 7 grams of protein. Again, now you add 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, you'll have 8 grams of protein. So you end up having 22 grams of protein easily for your breakfast. Now for lunch, if you have a cup of cooked white rice, you'll have 5 grams of protein. A cup of cooked lentils, you will have 18 grams of protein. A cup of cooked broccoli will give you 4 grams of protein. So now for your lunch also, you are getting 27 grams of protein easily. And now if you have an evening snack, if you are having a smoothie or if you're having a salad, just add 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, you will have 5 grams of protein over there. Then 2 tablespoons of almond will get you 4 grams of protein. And now for your dinner, if you have some cooked vegetables on the side, not even as your main meal, say if you have a cup of cooked peas, you will have 9 grams of protein. A cup of cooked spinach will give you 5 grams of protein. So here you easily exceeded 16 grams of protein. Of course, you don't have to eat them the way I just told you. You can mix and match these foods. This was just to give you an idea that it is so easy to meet your daily requirements of protein without having to consume a protein supplement, as long as you know what you're eating. Because when you eat a particular supplement, your body doesn't absorb it the way it absorbs the nutrient from the whole foods itself. Because ideally we are supposed to eat foods and not isolated nutrients. Then why is everyone fussing so much about protein? How did it all begin? The biggest propaganda of having a protein deficiency. See, as I mentioned it earlier, the first thing is the marketing. It is a billion-dollar industry. And the second thing is, there was a disease of malnutrition in children in Africa in the year 1950 called kwashiorkor, which was assumed to have caused due to a protein deficiency. Later on, it was assumed to have caused due to a diet low in energy primarily. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, if you are not dieting and having a variety of foods while meeting your caloric requirements, which means if you're supposed to have 2000 calories per day and you meet that requirement by having a variety of foods all throughout the day, you will end up having enough protein. The bottom line is you can choose to have any source of protein, be it animal or plant-based. The amino acids are not always in proportion, even in beef or chicken for that matter. And I'm not asking you to become vegan or vegetarian, but at the same time, you don't have to eat animal protein or these supplements either to meet your daily requirement of protein. The idea behind this video is not to believe the myths. Have an open mind, know the facts, and have the right kind of knowledge. If you find this video helpful, share it with others and spread the word.